All right, great. So moving on to our next session, we have our next keynote presentation from ManageEngine about enhanced employee experience through cloud IT management, presented by Mr. Karthik Ananda, who is the Chief Technical Evangelist from ManageEngine. Over to you, Mr. Karthik.
Thank you so much, Shivani. How are you?
Doing good, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
The stage is all yours.
Thank you. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. And is my screen visible? I just wanted to quickly share it.
Yes, it is visible now.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And without further ado, let's get on to the topic today. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak at Hybrid Cloud and Cybersecurity West Africa. And it feels really good to be back and be associated with the team here. As the world braces for a hybrid work environment, the success of a business largely depends on employee satisfaction. And in this era of digitalization, space and culture do not have an impact on employee as the technology does. So organizations must leverage the advantage of cloud technology coupled with IT management vendors to provide an enhanced experience for their employees. And hence the topic, enhance employee experience through cloud IT management. Why is it important? And it has been found that improvised employee experience leads to increased happiness, and that in turn leads to increased productivity and performance. If anyone feels that being paid well is a satisfactory factor to work, they are going to be proved wrong quickly, as financial incentives are no longer lucrative. If an employee is unhappy over something, that decreases the productivity by way of absenting, and happy employees work more, increasing the productivity by 20 to 25%. And lastly, it helps to build a strong work culture, which is going to stay forever, and that impacts the business categorically and strategically. So there are three major pillars of employee experience, which are space, technology, and culture. So as I said in the beginning, space is no longer a major factor, thanks to the pandemic, which brought in the hybrid work culture environment. Though it is a proven fact that face-to-face engagements still hold the productivity quotient, at least for the next couple of years, we must live with this hybrid work model. So the culture is something that gets built up over the years and is grass-rooted from your long-lasting employees. So we are now left with technology, which when used wisely will enhance the employee productivity and experience. So during the last couple of years, we have seen major advancements in technology thanks to digitalization. Hyper-automation has taken over automation and RPA. Zero-touch services and management is the next step for machine learning and artificial intelligence. Cybersecurity has been extended to all parts of business, like cybersecurity mesh, data fabric, XDR, and so on. And cloud has seen tremendous growth, and organizations are looking to move towards hybrid cloud work environment and cloud native solutions through microservices architecture. So to provide a better experience and uninterrupted services for your employees, you must monitor the resources 24/7, 365 through a sustainable, resilient management system that is either on-premise or on cloud. While it is evident organizations invest in cloud to reduce on space and infrastructure costs, moving the IT management services to the cloud will save much of your OPEX and CAPEX demands. Examples of such IT services are enterprise service management, IT operations, where it includes network, server, and application. And it also includes your unified endpoint management and security, SIEM, security information event management, and finally, remote IT assistance. So these are examples of certain services which you can think of moving to the cloud. And there are many vendors who play in these areas. So let's first start with enterprise service management. It's important that you italize the enterprise service functions like HR, finance, travel, IT, and much more. So which means that you're going to extend the ITIL concepts to these functions within the organization. Enterprise service management also helps you to keep stock of assets and the relationships through CMDB, which is configuration management database. And you should also look in for a vendor who provides intelligent automations for ticket assignment, asset discovery, SLA escalation, continual service improvement, and so on. It should have an interface for the users to search in for knowledge-based articles, thereby promoting self-help. And finally, the AI-enabled service management and service management data analytics is something which you have to look in for an effective and efficient enterprise service management solution. Talking about IT operations, you have to have a vendor who can monitor your websites, service availability and performance. It should have the capability to monitor your server infrastructure, network infrastructure, identify the root cause of failures, monitor them for their performance like CPU, memory, and traffic utilization. And if something goes wrong, an alert should automatically be raised in the enterprise service management system under the IT instance. It should also have real user monitoring of services. Now that we are working on this hybrid work model, the real user monitoring plays a major important role to identify the availability and response time and throughput of your services and applications. It all the more makes it important to have all these DevOps, AI ops, IT ops, security ops as well, SecOps, all in one console rather than having in bits and pieces or in silos. Unified endpoint management and security. You should have a vendor who can help you push the configuration to all the endpoints at one go, have the same baseline configuration, help you to install softwares, also manage the patches from Microsoft and third-party applications, remotely access the workstations for troubleshooting, for basic troubleshooting. It should also help you to record those sessions. And I'm going to talk more about this remote access in the next few slides, in the next couple of slides. And you should also enforce security on these endpoints. It's important that you have to know what are the blacklisted and whitelisted applications, data loss prevention, what are the various strategy that you have to deploy for data loss prevention, and device control. What are the devices which are allowed? What data is being copied from your workstations onto these devices? Browser control, taking stock of all the apps, the plugins, the extensions, and the add-ons which go to those various types of browsers that you can see within the organization. And vulnerability assessment and threat mitigation, where you can identify software misconfigurations or probably web server misconfigurations, which actually provides a loophole for hackers to attack you. And finally, XDR, the extended data detection and response, which is a conglomeration of all the security softwares that you have and what are the various proactive mitigation steps that you take to enhance the security of the organization. Talking about SIEM, increased storage volume is something which organizations have to live with. And in order to stop this from happening, or in order to not to invest more on the storage disks, you may want to move your SIEM to the cloud. And most of the organizations are bound by the compliance mandates, be it GDPR or be it PCI DSS for payment industries, HIPAA for health organizations, and much more. It helps you to identify the insider threats, account compromise, and data exfiltration, and through UEBA, which is user entity behavior analytics. So you associate a risk score against any activity which is happening within the organization, and if there is a deviation from the baseline activity, that's when you associate a risk score. Higher the risk score you have, you know how much insecure or what is the threat associated with that particular entity, be it a device or a person, or it could be even a network device as well. Also, coupled with SIEM, you may also have to look in for SOAR, which is security orchestration, automation, and response. So it should have the default steps for addressing the security and keeping them at bay. So what happens when something goes wrong? How do you even look at the response, and how do you even respond to it quickly? Is there an automated way? How do you keep documenting all those attacks which happen, and how does this serve as a knowledge base for future attacks that may happen in the that may happen to the organization. Remote IT assistance. In case if you are looking for a software which can help you to remotely log in into the device and troubleshoot the basic steps, basic problems that users may report, you may want to look in for troubleshooting the laptop and mobile issues. And for technicians, you may want to have access controls on edge devices. So at the end, for the business, it actually means you can work from anywhere and without compromising on the compliance and security. So in this case, you may want to record the sessions. You may want to store them for audit purposes. You want to share files with the users. You want to maintain user privacy. All this have to be part of the strategy that you develop for your remote IT assistance software from cloud vendors. And in case if you are looking for any vendor who can offer all these functions in the same with the same resiliency and with same availability, ManageEngine is going to be the answer for you. We have data centers across major locations in the world, and ManageEngine helps you to provide enhanced services through the cloud on these functionalities of IT: identity and access management, enterprise service management, unified endpoint management, SIEM, data analytics, and IT operations. And in case if you have to reach out to me for knowing more about ManageEngine solutions, here is my email address. My LinkedIn address is also available. You can also contact the sales if you have any questions. That's the end of my presentation. In case if you have any questions, do not hesitate to post them on the Q&A box. Any questions?
No, Karthik, as of now, I don't see any questions coming your way. And if at all there is any question, we will email those questions to you.
Definitely, Bridget. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time. And dear all, I request all our participants to visit our gold sponsor ManageEngine booth and explore what they can do for you. Thank you once again for your valuable insights and thoughts that you have shared with us today, Karthik.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bridget.